So yeah, as you hear, my name is Anna. I was named for my grandmother, Anna Trester. And I happened to be home visiting my folks when my grandmother passed. And, you know, I don't know if any of you had done this, but you can get a bereavement rate if you call and explain that you're going to a funeral. I decided I would do this for my family because everybody was very distraught. It was Christmas time. It was just a very raw time, and I'm calling and they say, well, you know, you have to produce the death certificate, and it's getting into all these like details, and it feels really crass, but you know, I'm doing this for the family. And they're saying, well, what's the name of the deceased? And I'm saying it's Anna Trester. And what's your name? And it's Anna Trester. Silence on the phone. And I was like, I know what you're thinking, but like, I am not faking my own death to get like a reduced, the injustice of it. I mean, like, so it had been a heavy moniker, like taking my grandmother's name. I have to kind of go back to explain to you, I told you before that I'm an only child, but my father had been a Catholic priest before he married my mother. So there was this sort of like heavy family thing. I didn't understand. I showed up on the scene, like you do, as a kid. I came to understand that there was something a bit different about, you know, the fact that my family had a child, my cousins, who I wanted to be friends with because I was an only child, my cousins, they were very like cold to me, and it came out over the years that they thought I was the favorite because my father was the oldest child and he was never supposed to have children, and then I had children, they named me after my grandmother. It was this distance that I didn't choose, and I didn't like it. It felt heavy. It felt like it was externally imposed. And actually, as it turned out, when we went for her funeral, I was 25 years old at this point. And we're going through all the paperwork for her funeral, and I had to get that death certificate because I had to go explain to United Airways why I was getting the reduced fare. Turns out my grandmother, her name was Hannah. But she was a child of an immigrant from Croatia, and we figured it out, her children and those of us who were at the funeral, she had heard her mother saying her name, and heard it through the accent, and thought her name was Anna, because her grandmother had this thick accent, so when she was saying Hannah, she like reverse engineered Anna. So like this weighty name that I have been carrying all my life that didn't feel like it was quite right, turns out it is not quite right. I have my own name and my own identity, and that's Anna.